Good morning, guys. It's December 28th. It is the Monday after Christmas weekend. I just got up and showered. Riley is showering now. We are having our nanny come today, even though neither of us are really back to work yet, but we both have work to do today. So Riley's going up to the studio for a while to get some things done. He has a few phone calls to make and things like that, as well as some printing to do for our Etsy shop. And I have some things to do around the house. I'd like to get some laundry done, and I'd like to start taking Christmas down. I'm just feeling ready for a reset. And then I'd also like to start working on listing my new Etsy line that's going live on January 1st. So today is like reset after Christmas Day. Welcome to it. So I started off by heading into our bedroom to take off all of our Christmas bedding. This was a little bit sad. It was so cozy and really nice, but it felt super refreshed to take it down. So I took down our to all a good night sign, which is from Smallwood Home. And then I went ahead and pulled those command strips off the wall. It did leave a little bit of damage, which was surprising to me because they're command strips. But then I went ahead and removed all of the sheets and the pillow covers and all of that, and I threw those all into the washing machine so that they could go away for the year. And when we pull them out, they'll be fresh. I'll wash them again next year before I put them on the bed, but at least they're going away clean. Then I pulled out our just plain fresh white sheets that we use year round, and they were super wrinkly because I never spend too much time folding sheets properly, and I just sort of threw them into our linen closet. And this is our comforter, which I actually had used to stuff that red duvet cover. And so I pulled that back out and made the bed up, and it just really felt fresh and reset. And I usually keep everything Christmas up until at least January 1st, if not like January 5th or 6th. I usually wait a little while. But this year, like pretty much the day after Christmas, I think I just was ready for a fresh start. I felt totally ready to just welcome the new year. And I think, there's a lot of reasons for that based on 2020, even though it's been a good year personally for me. Obviously, globally, it's been a pretty challenging year for all of us. So that was that. I then headed up into our front room, which is just a headache, and because it's like half of a studio, half of a formal living room. But I went ahead and started using those tables that I typically use for my shop, which was actually super helpful to have those. And I went ahead and started pulling everything Christmas from around the whole house. This is how I will do it from now on. So it used to be that I would pull out all of our big red plastic bins that we keep our Christmas stuff in, and I would just put things directly into that. But instead this year I went ahead and first compiled all of our Christmas items in one place right here before I actually pulled the bins out and started packing things away. And I much preferred this process because it allowed me to really see what we actually had. I went ahead and donated some decorations, decor items that we haven't used in the past several years, which was really great, I think, to get those, out of our stash and into someone else's. And it also allowed me to pack and group like things together, which I had never done before. It used to be just whatever fit in whatever box, but this time I was able to pack all of the pillows, blankets, linens, pillow covers, all of those sorts of things in one, and all of the ornaments in the other, rather than it being sort of like a hodgepodge. There's Nora and our nanny heading out to play. So they're really sweet together, always playing and having a good old time. Anyway, here I am. I'm fixing or switching over the pillow covers from the red and white buffalo check and hunter green velvet to, brighter springy New Year's kind of colors. I have coral and light blue, which was really, really nice to have. It just refreshes the whole space. I'm going to use the word refresh like 80 trillion times. This faux eucalyptus from IKEA is one of my absolute favorite decor items in our home. I've had it for a very long time, and I just use it constantly. I just use it over and over constantly and move it all around. I've had it on our mantel. I've had it here, there, and everywhere. It just looks so pretty. I love it. It was like $5 or $6 from IKEA. I would like to make another trip to IKEA soon and get some more of it because I just love the way that it looks. And I have a literal black thumb. I cannot keep any plants alive, but look, it's faux and it looks so nice. And then I'm just running the vacuum, obviously, quickly through this space to pick up all the dust and junk and whatever. And I think next I went ahead and wiped the table down and wanted to make sure that that was all, nice and clean for the new year. Our house feels so good right now, y'all. I am just basking in the refreshment of it. So if you guys are also either currently getting ready to, take down your holiday decor, you've already done so, I hope that you also enjoy the feeling of your house feeling reset and refreshed, because it's such a good feeling. All right, I've got our front room all reset. It looks so nice and fresh for January. And I have gone ahead and pulled, we still have these tables up here from Etsy. I think I'm going to take them down for the beginning of the year, just to give this room a little break. But I took this sign "And to all good night" down from our bedroom, and all of the cushions, and I'm washing the bed sheets, and those will go in here too, along with the red duvet cover, placemats, and all these different things. So there's still more, of course, but this is kind of the beginning of it. What I'm going to do is put it all on these tables and then pull the bins out and then put them into bins. And that way I can put them into bins by category, sort of, which will, I think, be easier. So that's where I am so far. So next up, I headed into our den, and this is where our Christmas tree is, but I'm not tackling that yet. That was actually the very last thing that I tackled before packing everything away. So what I was focused on in this room was actually getting Nora's Christmas toys to put away. So she has a Little People nativity set, and I am putting all of those pieces away because I want to be able to bring them out year over year. And the reality is, if I leave them out all year, we're going to be like missing Mary, missing a wise man. We're going to be missing all kinds of things. So I am packing them away in a 2-gallon Ziploc bag. If you have never purchased the 2-gallon Ziploc bag, so the normal ones that you see a lot are the gallon size, but they sell a 2-gallon size. I just discovered them in the past couple of years. They are so great for storage. I get mine at Walmart, and I almost only use them for storage because they're just too big for my food needs. But I use them for like physical item storage for decor all the time. Anyway, I'm able to fit the whole Little People nativity set into one of those 2-gallon Ziplocs, which is fantastic. And then every year I can just pull it out. I love using them for storage because you can obviously, they're clear, so you can see what's in them and all of that. So I went ahead and pulled all of those Little People out of her toys that are mixed in, and I also pulled all of her advent calendar Little People, which are like little elves and skiers and snowboarders and Mrs. Claus and Santa Claus, and I pulled all of those out as well and put them in another Ziploc so that those could be stored. Hey guys, little midday update. Nora just woke up from her nap, so I'm gonna get her some lunch, and I have been cleaning out her toys back here, doing some laundry. I have hair in my mouth. I hate that feeling. And I got pretty much all of our Christmas decor except for what's back here in the den up in the front room. So when Riley gets home from everything he's up to, I'm gonna ask if he can bring the bins in from the garage, and then I'm gonna pack everything up. But I've gotta get this hair out of my mouth. It's driving me nuts. There we go. But anyway, actually I was just on the phone with my mom during her whole nap, so for like an hour and 40 minutes. It was really nice. And my mom and I were chatting, and while we were chatting, I went through all of my drawers and cleaned them out, and I made a big bag for Goodwill and my whole closet. You want one of your pasties? But we're gonna eat lunch. Whoa. So that was really great. So project clean out, refresh for the new year is certainly underway. I am like doing really well, actually. I got a lot done. It's really just this back room. I'm gonna work on this back room here after we do lunch together. I set Nora up with lunch. You can sort of see her there in the top right-hand corner eating. And I actually moved our couch, which is a sectional, the 2 different pieces, so that I could vacuum under it. And there was like a world under there of dust, but mostly like baby toys, pieces of wrapping paper, just everything. So many. I need to do this more often was my what I learned. And so anyway, I pulled both of the couches away, and you can see I scuffed up the floors. These floors are luxury vinyl floors is what they're called. LVP, luxury vinyl planks. So they're engineered. They're not real wood, and I love them. They're by the brand Life Proof. So my point in saying all that is that scuff mark I made came up with just some water on a paper towel. I just, or like a microfiber cloth. I just kind of buffed it out really quickly. It was super, super easy. So no harm, no foul there. But I'm really glad I went ahead and moved the couches because they were a full out disaster. It was so messy. So I was doing that because this room, we spend so much time in this room, and I just wanted to reset it and get all of, like I said earlier, I got all of her Christmas toys separated out, and then I was planning on cleaning it all up so that I could put, her toys back where which hard to talk, which is what I'm doing now. I just created a little toy corner. So we don't have a playroom in our house. We don't have space for a playroom. But what we do instead is have sort of like baskets of toys pretty much in every room. So there's in this corner here, this is the room that she plays in most often because we're here most often. But then also up in our front room, we have a basket of toys. In our bedroom, we have a couple of toys. In her nursery, we have a few. Even in my office, I have a few toys. So pretty much every room of the house, which is really helpful so that wherever we are, she can come in and play. And I find that just putting a couple of toys in each room works out well because it's not like toy overload. She can play with those toys, then we can put them away. And so it works out. It's actually worked out really, really well. And I have been doing like toy rotation. So I have a big bin of toys that I keep stored away in our guest room closet. And then whenever it's time, that I feel like I want to switch them out, I go ahead and swap them. But it tends to work out well because we don't have so many toys out all the time. As a part of our house reset for 2021, I decided to do all of our laundry. So I washed all of our blankets, all of our bedding. I did all of our clothing, mine and Riley's. Here I am just trying to find something to watch while I fold. I did all of Nora's. I just washed absolutely everything, all of our dish towels, all of our cleaning rags. It felt really good to just have all of that done as well, so that we were heading into the new year with clean clothes and empty hampers and clean towels. I also washed all of our towels. It just felt so good. Also, as I'm doing our laundry, I'm setting aside anything that is a specific Christmas item. So I have some PJs that are really Christmas PJs, Christmas sweatshirts or t-shirts. I do actually pack all of that away with my Christmas decor. The reason for that is it makes it a little bit more special, to be honest with you. I just sort of like that I only am wearing it for about 6 weeks a year. And I also don't want that out all year long because I don't do any seasonal clothing swaps. So whatever's in my dresser and whatever's hanging in my closet hangs there 12 months a year or is in my drawers 12 months a year. I know some people, like when I was growing up, I had a bin of off-season clothes. So I would swap those out. I think because the climate here in Texas is more mild. And so throughout the fall and winter and spring, like 9 months of the year, I'm wearing roughly the same things. Oh, Nora just woke up from her nap. And she's got Duffy. She's so sweet. Since I'm wearing mostly the same thing for 9 months a year, and then in the summer I'm just wearing shorts and a t-shirt every day, it's just easier for me. Plus, I just like having a more whittled down wardrobe, in that way, rather than having a big bin of off-season clothes. Anyway, all that to say, I put my Christmas stuff and Riley's Christmas stuff away into the bins while, it's not the Christmas season. And then it's always fun every year when we're pulling out the bins for Christmas time. And I'm like, oh, I forgot I had this Christmas sweater or these Christmas PJs. And I make that swap for those 6 weeks or so of Christmas. So that's really nice. So I'm just finishing up all of our laundry, and it feels so good. Okay, moving on. I've had some people ask me before what the 3 baskets above my fridge are. Here they are. So one of them is for all of our dish towels, one of them is supposed to be for medications, and one of them is supposed to be for vitamins. And we keep them up there. We've kept them up there since we first moved into the house, but now we definitely like keeping them up there because clearly they're extremely out of reach of Nora. But what they've turned into is just whenever you don't know, like brown paper bags, whenever you don't know where to put something, you just reach up, not even looking, and just chuck it in one of these bins, typically into either the vitamins or the medication bin. And then the dish towel bin does actually stick with just being dish towels. So what I decided to do is go through it, and y'all, everything was expired. It was like almost all expired. We don't take a lot of medications. We aren't like pill popping people, you know what I mean? Like we're, if we have a headache, we're like, oh, drink water and take a rest type of people. And so we don't really go through them a lot, and we don't get sick a lot because we both work for ourselves essentially. And so we're home a lot and we're not exposed to a lot of people. So anyway, with that said, we don't have the need for like cough syrup and things like that. And so what ends up happening is we buy it if we have a cough, we use it, and then it sits there. And some of these things expired in like 2017. So it was high time to get rid of them. I also would like to say that I have never, and I mean actually never, cleaned the top of our fridge, and it was one of the nastiest things I could tell you about. It was so gross. It was just absolutely disgusting. So it felt good to wipe that off, get all the grease off, and I did the same with the top of the microwave. So all of our meds and vitamins got cleaned up and reset, and I actually was able to combine them because there were so few. Next up was cleaning Nora's room. Obviously, we are in here all the time, so it wasn't bad. It was just some toys and books that needed to be put away. So I just did a quick tidy up and folded her little blankie and put everything, away. Felt good. Along with getting Nora ready for the new year, I did all of her laundry, which included a couple of cute new outfits that she got for Christmas as Christmas gifts. But I just went ahead and folded all of her little clothes here just on my washing machine, the lid of my washing machine, which helps me sometimes to just get it done and just fold her clothes. I think because her clothes are so little, even though they're precious to do, they're like harder to fold because it's harder to turn them right side out and whatever. So anyway, sometimes I just stand by the dryer here, which is what I'm doing, and fold all of them, and then I just walk them back in stacks to her bedroom and put them away into her closet and dresser. Hey guys, I feel so good about everything that I have gotten done today. I have done a whole lot. So I've washed everything in our house that's cloth has been washed. So I washed all of our Christmas bedding and it's ready to be put away, and our new bedding is on. All of our laundry, all of Nora's laundry, all of the towels, all of our blankets, those are currently in the dryer. So once they're out, I'll fold them and put them back in our little blanket basket. So all of that has been refreshed. All of our dishcloths and rags and dust cloths and all of that, aprons, cloth napkins, all of those were washed. So I did all of that today. I usually have pictures, family pictures all over our refrigerator, but I cleared it off and I kept some of my favorite ones in a memory box, and the rest of them got recycled so that we can make room for new memories and new pictures on the fridge in the new year. I cleaned out our pantry. I moved our couches and vacuumed in the back room because there was like new life under the couches. It was like dust, wrapping paper, baby toys, crumbs. It was nasty. I went on top of the fridge for the first time ever and wiped it down. For the first time ever. We've been in this house for almost 5 years. It was so nasty. I took the 3 baskets down and I went ahead and cleared out so much that I only needed 2 baskets because so much was expired, and not by like a few months, but like expired in 2017 and 2018. And I was like, we need to get rid of this stuff. So got rid of all of that. In the front room, I put out new pillows. I put out the eucalyptus leaves as the little centerpiece on the coffee table. I cleaned up Nora's toys and I gathered a big bag of things to go to Goodwill. I went through all of my clothing in my dresser and closet and purged probably about 20 items. I put into a donation bag alongside some of the toys that Nora just has never played with. They were never really her thing, you know, that kind of thing, because we just have an abundance of toys. So it's okay if some go away. I broke up her toys between her bedroom. She just has a couple of things in there. The bulk of her toys are back here in the den, and then I have a handful of toys in the front room and a handful in my office. So they're kind of all around the house in little baskets, just so that wherever she is, she has some toys to play with, which hopefully will deter her from getting into other things. Let's see, I cleaned the whole kitchen, did all the dishes. It's just been a very, very, very productive day. I'm pretty tired, but it's been a really good day. So tomorrow I'm gonna wrap up this video because I still need to take down our tree. It's still up and I'm not ready to take it down. It's like the one thing, I guess I could just leave our tree up, but seems silly to do that. I think it's time to just let it go. But our tree needs to come down, and just a couple of other Christmas decor items need to come down. And aside from that, everything else is reset and refreshed. And I have to say, it feels so good. It feels so good. It feels like the house is breathing. And as I'm going and cleaning up Christmas, I'm also decluttering. Possibly stay tuned for a decluttering series on my channel, because I would like to literally go through every closet, drawer, room, cabinet of our house and go through it with a fine-tooth comb and just get rid of stuff. We've been in this house long enough that I know what we use and what we don't use, and it's time to get rid of the things that we never ever use. So stick around for that, because that might be a new like little series that I work on throughout like January, February, and March or something. I would really like to do that. Anyway, I'm gonna get some sleep here in a few hours and wrap up this video for tonight, but I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow, jumping right back into it to take down my tree, take down my nativity set, and just put the last few Christmas things away and reset the house. See you tomorrow. Good morning, it's Tuesday now, and I pulled those blankets that I had washed the day before out of the dryer and went ahead and folded them and rolled them. They smelled so fresh and so good, and put them into our little blanket basket. This is always such a nice, I love having a blanket basket just in our den back here, so that whenever we're watching TV or whatever, we can pull one out, and I especially love when they are so fresh. Here is my least favorite part of putting away Christmas. So I have this beautiful willow tree nativity set that was a wedding gift, my wedding gift from my mom for my wedding, because she knows how much I love Christmas and how much I love Jesus, and it's just the perfect wedding gift for me. We got married in July, but you know, obviously Christmas is always coming. But they're very, very fragile items, and you have to put them away just so, and it takes me so long. And every year I think, once I put them in correctly, I'm going to take a picture so that I have pictures of how they go into the styrofoam, and I never ever do. And so every year it takes me, when it's sped up here, you can't really tell, but it takes me absolutely forever to figure out where all the little sheep and donkeys and the people, and it just takes me absolutely forever. But I finally got them all put away. I am chatting on the phone with my mom here, so it made the time go by faster. But this is my very least favorite part. I need to make a change so that this is easier for me in the future, but I keep not doing that. So maybe next year when I take them out, I will have the forethought to take pictures of them in the styrofoam so I know how they go, but I never do. Maybe next year. 2021 will be the year. I'm naming it and claiming it. After I did that, I was getting ready to take down the tree and all of the things with that. But first, I wanted to go ahead and put all of that nativity stuff up in the front room. So I decided to pull the red bins in from the garage and to begin putting things away before tackling the tree. I really enjoyed having everything pulled out first, like I said earlier, because I was able to group like with like. So here you can see I'm putting everything that's cloth, so all of our Christmas dish towels, Christmas cloth napkins, Christmas bedding, Christmas pillows, all of those types of things, placemats, are all going into the same bin, so that when I pull it out, I'll know that pretty much everything in that bin needs to be thrown into the washing machine before it goes goes into our house next Christmas season just because it's going to be a little bit musty. It's been sitting in a bin in the garage all year long. So it gets washed before it goes in and it gets washed when it comes back out. That's just how I do it. I found that really, you just saw me open that greeting card. I had popped that into one of our Christmas bins last year. It was a really sweet note from my grandparents, a Christmas letter. And so I just kept it because I wanted to, and I'm glad I did because I enjoyed reading that and finding that this year. It was a little treasure. So I'm just putting everything away. We have 4 of these huge red bins, and they actually have wheels on one end of them. So if you pull up the other side, you can wheel them like you would wheel like a suitcase or luggage. Really easy, makes it a lot easier to move them around the house and whatnot. We got them at Walmart about 3 or 4 days after Christmas several years ago. So if you are looking for any storage items for holiday decor, now is the time. If you're watching this video when it's first gone up, this is a great time of year. A lot of times all of the Christmas storage things are on sale after Christmas, and they're trying to clear them out so that you can get ready for putting up spring stuff and whatnot. So anyway, that's what we did. We got them on like 50% off sale. So I'm just packing them away. It's so nice to have everything just among these 4 bins because then, and we only have red bins for Christmas decor. So each year I just ask Riley to bring them out of the garage. He brings them out of the garage and it's like easy peasy. We bring the 4 out and we unload them, and then I just load them back up once I'm finished. Also, in case you are wondering, because whenever I have 3 sweaters in this same color and that I'm wearing here in this video, and I have this light pink one, like a bright pink one, and a mustard colored one. All 3 are $11.97 from Walmart. $11.97. I love them. They are the Time and True brand, and they have it also in like a teal. They have like a cream colored, like a burnt orangey color that's really pretty. My mom has that one, and I talk about them all the time, but they have been my uniform this winter. They're so comfortable. They're the perfect weight, and they're longer in the back, so I like wearing them with leggings. So anyway, moving on. I'm back in my den again, and it's time to get the Christmas tree down. My husband Riley is popping in and out of this video a whole bunch of times because he got a smoker for Christmas, and he is smoking ribs, which is a 6-hour process, and he's having the time of his life doing it. So I told him, don't worry, I'm just going to listen to podcasts and hang out. And I just was having a grand old time listening to my murder podcast while I'm taking down my Christmas decor. We keep boxes for our ornaments that are really special or fragile, and then I have these other ornament bins that you can see on the bottom right hand corner here that were also from Walmart after Christmas several years ago, and those are perfect for putting, just smaller ornaments or things that aren't as breakable. Those all go into those ornament bins, which you'll get a closer up view of here in a minute. And then things that are more special to us, like ornaments that we've bought in Disney, glass ornaments, things like that, those all go back in their original boxes, which you can see there's the stack of the original boxes there sitting on the edge of the couch. So that's sort of how we do our ornaments. Growing up, my mom just basically had one of these like red bins, and she would just wrap each ornament in tissue paper and just put it directly in the bin. So we have a little bit more, and nothing ever broke. Like, it worked for her. So we have sort of more protection, I guess you could say, or just a more elaborate way of storing them. But I love these bins. If you can find them, grab them, because they're so easy. You can just pop everything in, and there's so many different spaces. I think we have 4 or 5 of them total, and I love them. I love them so much. And especially for, like I said, ornaments that aren't super fragile, you just stick them in there and they have a little spot to live for the year, and it's like super easy. So that's that. I also pulled out the Christmas picks. You can see those sugar cookie Christmas picks, and then the peppermint Christmas picks. I'm saying the word picks, P-I-C-K-S. Some people aren't familiar with that word. It's basically like a Christmas tree embellishment that has a long stick on the end, and so you can kind of stick it into the tree and it kind of pops out. So there on the edge of the ottoman are 2 different Christmas picks. I'm putting away these cute Disney ornaments that I made. I made all of those. The ones on the edges, the ones in the middle, I did not make. and getting ready to store those away for the year. Who knows next year? I really would like to have 2 Christmas trees next year and do one Disney tree, sort of like what we did this year, and then one more blue and white and silver sort of tree is what I think I'm going to do, but we'll see. Now I'm taking the big peppermint picks, again using one of those 2-gallon Ziploc bags. Those things are my best friend when it comes to storing holiday decor. Next, it was time to take the colored lights off of our tree. So this tree is pre-lit with clear white lights, but we wanted to add the colorful lights this year. And it really, because I had this big wheel to wheel them back onto, and because the tree spins, it was super easy. I used to dread putting lights on and off trees or taking them off, but it wasn't a big deal at all. Then I just had my last bin of the 4, and I was just putting all the last minute items. I had some mugs, so I was putting them in their little protective wrapping or whatever you want to call it, so that those wouldn't get shattered. Those are Christmas mugs that we only bring out obviously during the Christmas season. I put away our ornament wreath that I love. I got that from Home Depot, our garland, and then I snapped the lid on, and that was some of the last Christmas decor that we had. The very last thing, aside from putting the tree away, was taking our Christmas wreath off the front door, snapping it into its little case, which was another post-Christmas Walmart bargain find, and putting that away for the year. All right, Christmas is completely taken down. We obviously are going to put something up on the mantle and decorate it a little bit, but for now, it's all taken down in here. Looks so good. I need to vacuum. Here comes Nora. Okay, my next order of business is this front room. So up here is where my online shop is essentially headquartered. So I use these tables for folding garments and sorting them and packaging orders, and I am up here all the time. I don't know if it's wise to take all of this down, because I think that perhaps in the next couple of weeks, my shop opens up on January 1st, that once it's open, I'm going to need all of this again. But even if I just get like 3 to 7 days of this room not being like a warehouse, I would really love that. This bookshelf used to be styled to some degree, now it's just, so what I'm gonna work on doing is moving any inventory that I have in here, like these are all packaged up mugs, and packaging them up and putting them back in my office. And I'm just gonna try to clear this area out. So that's what's up next. So Riley was outside stacking firewood. He had just gone and purchased some firewood, and he was using his wheelbarrow to wheel it around the house and stack it. So I was on Nora duty, which was just fine because she was just sitting here kind of, you know, helping me pack up these mugs and put them all away while also getting into a variety of different things. But she's really just the sweetest thing. I love having her around, so it was just fine. So I got all of those mugs packaged up, and you can't really see because it's out of frame. I apologize for that, but I also got all of our makeup towel sets. We only have 9 left, so I'm gonna have to reorder those in the new year and get to embroidering because we have sold so many of them in the past year. And so I packed those away and I took inventory. I wrote down how many I had. I think I have like 15 mugs and 9 makeup towel sets. What you just saw there was me putting away like marketing materials, like what I include in my packages. And so that I had ordered, placed a huge Black Friday order and from my printer, and I just got that and put it away. I'm watching Unsolved Mysteries while styling our mantle for the new year, and I was just trying something new with that little wood like cake stand thing, but I didn't really like it. So I went and found some faux hydrangea, which are pretty springy flowers, but they still look really pretty, and just went with a very simplistic mantle vibe. This sign is from a company that's no longer in business making these signs, I don't believe. It was called House of Belonging. Hey guys, it's nearly 11 o'clock p.m. and my baby is asleep right next door, so I have to be pretty quiet. But I finally just have to go ahead and wrap up this video. I keep thinking, oh, I'll just do a little more, I'll do a little more, I'll film a little more. The reality is I am totally in like New Year's reset mode and I just can't stop. I organized our whole fridge, which I didn't even film, and I moved all of my Etsy stuff into my office, so it's all under here. My cart's over here, so it's all out of the front room. We took down all of Christmas. We've cleaned out Nora's toys. I mean, it's just been, I've done all my clothes, everything. It's felt so good to do like a real reset on the house. There's still definitely more to be done, which is why I'm having a hard time ending this video, because every time I finish one project, I think, oh, well, now I'll do this other thing. But it's been really good over the past, today and yesterday, so the past 2 days, to really get a lot done. And I feel like we are going into the new year with a very clean slate, with everything back in order. I also spent some time today ordering online some things to restock, things that we needed, like we needed new dish towels, new bar mops, that we use in the kitchen all the time. I needed some new supplies for my shop, just a variety of different things like that. I'm trying to think what else. Some recycling bags. So I ordered all of that, and that'll be here in the next few days. So sort of just like restock our home type of items. So anyway, let me just do a quick walkthrough of the house and show you everything as it stands. Like I said, it's 11 o'clock at night, so it's not going to be bright and cheery, but everything looks so good. It just feels so good to be in a house where it's like minimally decorated, the Christmas stuff is away, and everything's been cleaned. It feels so good. So since we're back here already, I will show you my office. We keep my husband's music equipment in here because we can close the door and we know the baby won't get to it. And like I said, I moved all of my stuff into here and it's down there. And I restocked all of my little inserts and all of that. And this cart that I usually keep up in the front room that has restocked stuff in it, I did all of that. I restocked this wall. It's all restocked and all cleaned. Back here, we still have the vacuum out because I moved to the couch and vacuumed it. I washed all of these, our blankets, washed them, and I think I filmed putting those back. So those are nice and clean. The Christmas tree was right here and we took it down. We took down all the mantel decor. I get questions about this. It looks so much worse here on the camera than it does in real life. It's just smoke staining. We have tried everything to get it off. We've bought expensive products. We've tried magic erasers. It doesn't bother us. It's not something we think about. I just get a lot of questions online about it all the time. So don't worry. Don't worry about it. Kind of redid our mantle up here a little bit, and then some of Nora's favorite toys are out here, which is great. I need to get a couple of throw pillows for back here because right now we just have the Dottie ones. There are a pile of clothes there that I need to photograph for my shop, but in the kitchen, Riley just reset the kitchen for the night. All of our laundry is done. There is a shelf above the washer and dryer that I would like to clean, but I cleaned the top of the refrigerator and both of those baskets, and so all that's reset. Up here in the front room, there's some more garments here that are new designs for my Etsy shop. Look at Charlie Bear, he's so sweet. We decided to keep the Christmas lights up here a little longer. We cleaned all of this up though and kept a little basket of toys up here for Nora, and these tables are going to come down, and all of these garments will go back into the back room tomorrow. I need to photograph them for the line that's launching the day after tomorrow. I haven't finished with the shelf here or the shelf here, obviously. So I still have some work to do there. But again, I just had to end this vlog because there's always more to do, especially up here in this room. So we've got to get this situated, but you know, it looks a lot better up here, I'll say that. Here in my bedroom now, I went through all of my clothing and purged anything that I don't wear. So I actually have space here in my drawers. These are just my t-shirts, and these are all of my pants and shorts, and they're all nice and, you know, clean, and it's only what I need. I do need to put, these two things are from postpartum. This is a pillow you strap around yourself to help you with breastfeeding positioning when you're starting out, and this was something that I used to help me sit up in bed because I was struggling postpartum, to say the least. We swapped over our bedding back to our normal bedding, and I think it's time we're going to pull back out the big decorative pillows. For the past year, I put the pillows away because, you know, over the past year we had an infant to a 1-year-old. She just turned 1 in late October, and it was just needed simplicity in our lives. But now that she's getting older and life is easier than it was a year ago, I think we're going to bring back out. I mean, I know that's silly, but it's like at the time I was just trying to strip away anything extra, and now I'm ready to add in some of that kind of stuff again. That blanket basket I would like to manage. I don't really like it. I don't like it at all, actually. Anyway, thank you guys so much for following along over the past 2 days with decorating or undecorating and decluttering and cleaning and tidying and just resetting the house for the new year. I know I've said it already, but I just can't tell you how refreshed and how good this house feels. I have 2 big boxes in the back of my car of things for the donation center, so I'm gonna go drop those off at Goodwill tomorrow. And our pantry's all cleared out. I threw out stuff that we're not eating, expired medications, I forgot to mention that. I did all of that. It just feels like I've gone through a lot of parts of our house and just reset them, which just feels so good to do before the end of the year. As I've said, there's still more to be done, and I would love to film more. So the next time I have a decluttering, cleaning, tidying day, I will be sure to pull out my camera and show you more. I'd like to work on this vanity in our bedroom. I never ever use. I don't sit in it and do my makeup ever. So I have a few ideas for what I want to do with this space and with this. So we'll see about that. And anyway, there's just some other things, some cabinets and things that I'd like to do. So I'll have to bring you along for the ride. Thanks so much for watching. Please let me know, what do you like to do at the end of the year to reset and refresh and get your home and your mind and your family ready for the new year? I would love to hear if you want to share. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.